All right. Welcome everyone to Africa Global Opportunity TV. My name is Friday John Adada. If you're interested in Africa next wet move, strategic growth sector in diaspora investment opportunity and long-term investment opportunity in Africa, here is the right place. This is actually our first live stream on this channel, so I'm excited to have you all here. Today we are talking about 5 wet shifts quietly happening across Africa in 2026. The kind of change that may not be making big headlines yet, but could shape where opportunities and capital move next. As you join, drop the country you are watching from and tell me what sector you are interested most right now: infrastructure, energy, finance, logistics, manufacturing, and real estate. This channel is all about looking beyond noise and hypes and focusing on where real long-term opportunity is building across Africa. So if that is your kind of conversation, make sure you subscribe. Before we get into the 5 word sheet, I want to say something important. Word creation in Africa is not always obvious in the beginning. A lot of big opportunities don't start with hypes. They start with infrastructure, system, logistic, policy shift, industrial growth, and financial re and strategic positioning. So today I am not talking about hypes. I'm talking about the undershift that's happening in Africa. And especially for the diaspora, this matters because sometimes the real opportunity is not what's trending, it is what is quietly built. We have 5 shifts to talk about in this live stream. Shift 1: infrastructure is becoming a wet foundation. Road, port, rail, power, logistics, and industrial corridor create foundations for money movement and business growth. Infrastructure creates economic speed, it allows business cost, it unlocks industrial activity, it attracts capital. One of the biggest wage shifts happening across Africa is that infrastructure is no longer just a government story, it is becoming a private story. With logistics improve values, values improve chain, and chain improve business opportunity growth. Shift 2: digital finance is quietly reshaping access. Fintech, mobile payment, digital rail, cross-border financial system, access to capital. The second shift is digital finance. A lot of wealth creation in Africa may be built on financial infrastructure that allow more people and businesses to transact, stake, invest, and scale. This is not just tech, this is economic enablement. Shift 3: industrialization and value addition are becoming more strategic, processing raw materials local into locally made, manufacturing, industrial park, port zone, supply chain positioning. For a long time, Africa has exported too much raw values and imported too much finished value. One of the biggest shifts now is the move towards local processing, manufacturing, and industrial value addition. Shift 4: the energy access and power system are becoming opportunity zone. Electricity, grid gaps, renewable projects, mini-grid, industrial power demand. A lot of people underestimate how central energy is in wealth creation. Without reliable power, industrial growth slow, business costs rise, and competitiveness drops. So energy is not just a utility story, it is an opportunity story. Shift 5, which is the last shift we are to talk about in this live stream. Diaspora capital is becoming more strategic. Remittance evaluation, smarter capital development, partnership investment, long-term positioning, business intelligence. The fifth shift is that diaspora capital is slowly moving from emotional money to strategic money. The next wave of Africa participation may not just be sending money, it may be positioning early around sectors, system, and strategic growth zone. Now let's go to the second shift. The next one is very important. A lot of people miss this one. Here is where it gets even more interesting. And the one matters especially for the diaspora. Let me know in the chat which of these five shifts do you think has the biggest long-term potentials. Which country, which of the African country are you watching closely right now? What sector interests you most? Do you think infrastructure or digital finance has bigger long-term upside? What kind of Africa opportunity do you want this channel to cover more? Even if you are watching this later replay, drop your thoughts in the comment because I will be responding to all the comments. So to wrap this up, the big message from this today live stream is this. Some of the most important wealth shifts in Africa are not always the loud ones. A lot of real opportunity may come from systems being built quietly, infrastructure, finance, energy, industrialization, and strategic diaspora positioning. That is exactly what we'll be breaking down in Africa Global Opportunity TV. If you enjoyed this live stream, make sure you subscribe, like the stream, and let me know in the comment section which of Africa country opportunity you want us to break down more in our next broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And we'll see you in our next broadcast. Please drop your comments. If you have any question, you can ask live now or you drop it at the chat box. We'll definitely respond to every messages there. But if you want to ask us questions directly now, we are available, can respond to any of the questions you are giving us. Thank you so much for joining us once again, and do well to subscribe and join us in our next live broadcast. Thank you.